Happy Diwali to all of you.
And sir, any update on Harshit? Is he part of the main squad or is he still part of that?
I don't know where you're getting this news from because Abhishek has made it very clear yesterday that he's not part of the squad. We have not included anyone in the squad. He's just come here to work with Moni so that he's actually prepared for Australia. So we want to use this time. That's about it. I don't know where people are getting this news from that he's been included in the squad. Not at all.
Thank you, sir. And another one, sir, IPL retention deadline days today. A lot of players are in the.
Doesn't bother me one bit. I think it's about Indian cricket tomorrow. I think it's about the test match that's coming up tomorrow. IPL has nothing to do with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gautam, we asked this question to Abhishek also yesterday. The teams, the batsmen play against spin has been found to be a bit wanting. Do you think our strength of playing spin well has been decreasing over the years?
See, I don't think so. Sometimes you got to give it to the opposition as well. So I think Mitchell Santner was outstanding in the last game. But yes, we'll keep working hard. We'll keep getting better. That's about it. Guys are putting a lot of hard yards in the net. Yes, ultimately it's the results that matter when you're playing international cricket. But I don't think so that our skill against spin has actually gone down. I think it's about probably keep working hard and keep getting better.
Gautam, I just need a perspective on what's happening in international test cricket over the past few months. Teams are losing at home. We saw it with Pakistan versus Bangladesh. We saw it with, India now. And Bangladesh now getting bowled by South Africa. Is there some pressure of the WTC points thing which is affecting? I mean, England start in a blistering fashion, Pakistan is going to lose 2 matches. Is it too much of T20 cricket? Too many unexpected things are happening. So, I mean, it's all for the good, it's entertaining. But what's your perspective?
Look, for me, I think it's good that World Test Championship points are very important because there are no dead rubbers anymore in Test cricket. Every Test match has an importance, but it also has a lot to do with T20 cricket as well. I think gone are those days where I said it in Pune as well, that I don't think so we'll be able to see a lot of draws now in Test cricket because the quality of batters and the hitting ability. And I think that will be more result oriented as well. And it's the combination of both. It's a combination of being under pressure every game because of the World Test Championship points, and the second thing is T20 cricket as well.
Apart from the 12 points that are on offer, what else will you be looking from this game from an Indian perspective?
Simple, try and win. I think as simple as it can get. And more importantly, when we go to Australia, we should try and win this test match so that we can go to Australia with a win under our belt. And more importantly, it's another great opportunity for people to do something special for the country. I think we very well know that we represent 140 crore Indians. So it's another opportunity because very few people get this opportunity and honor to represent the country in Test cricket. So tomorrow is another opportunity for the guys who will walk onto the cricket field tomorrow.
Gautam, so many bowlers at the next instantly. What's the 35 bowlers? What's the idea behind it?
I didn't count how many bowlers were there, but if there were, the more the merrier because guys can get out. Probably to just make the guys bat longer. And there were quality as well. So if they can bat longer in the nets, it's better preparation because we know that when we go to places like Australia and stuff, we don't get those kind of quality bowlers. So we always have the luxury when you're playing at home that we get a lot of bowlers so that guys can bat long, and then that's about it. There was nothing beyond that. I think it's just about the preparation as well. All we can do is prepare as well as we can before the start of the test match. And I think the preparation yesterday and today has been fantastic.
Have you taken a look at the surface today? What do you expect in the first couple of days?
Just a good wicket. I think looks a really good wicket. Obviously, it's very difficult for anyone to judge how the wicket's going to behave unless the game starts on it and both the teams have batted on it. But I feel that I think looks a decent wicket, and I'm sure I think once the guys get in, they can actually make the most of it.
Availability wise, anyone less? Decided anyone's going to be?
No, at the moment everyone is available. At the moment, I think everyone is available for selection. We got to take a call tomorrow once we see the wicket before the toss.
Gautam, Abhishek said yesterday you're trying to play differently, try to get the players to play outside their comfort zone. Can you just elaborate on what's the general messaging like? Is India trying to play Test cricket differently?
I don't think so. I think I've said it that Test cricket needs to be played like Test cricket. I think we should be able to adapt. We should be a side that can get 400 on a day if we need to get the result, and we should be able to bat 2 days as well. That is what growth is, and that is what Test cricket is all about. Test cricket can't just be played in one single manner because I think it's about adaptability. It's about looking at the situation and play according to the situation, and more importantly for me, I think it's about playing sessions as well. I think if we can start to learn how to play sessions and the kind of quality we have in our batting lineup, I think if we end up playing 4.5 sessions we'll have a lot of runs on the board. So it's about looking at the situation. Test cricket is a format which tests you in every way. It tests you every day. Your technique gets tested differently every day. Suppose, for example, if you're batting at 9:30 in the morning, your technique gets tested differently when you bat on the second day or on the fifth day. So I think it's a great format to be part of. That's why I say I think Test cricket actually you need a lot of ability and you need a lot of mental toughness to be a successful Test cricketer.
Gautam, series lost in Sri Lanka ODIs after many years, and then weight loss for India at home in the Test series in New Zealand. As a coach, did you anticipate this sort of a rocky start for you?
I'll be honest, I never expected a very easy run for me because international cricket is never easy. And I believe that, I know that we lost in Sri Lanka, we've lost at home as well against New Zealand. It's not the great place to be in, but all we can do is be absolutely honest to ourselves and keep working hard with the group and keep preparing them well and keep getting the results, because ultimately I think we want to try and win every game that we represent the country.
Yeah, I got it. When the things are not going right, there are always those doubts that creep in life, and especially looking at the Australian team, what all things the team is looking to iron out in this test and going ahead.
Look, at the moment, everything, because when you don't get the results, obviously you want to iron out everything. And I'm not going to say that obviously the batters have let down or the bowlers haven't and all that stuff. It's the combination. We win together, we lose together. As simple as it can get. 11 people that walk onto the field, they win together, they lose together, and people in the dressing room as well. So I think it's about scoring runs and trying to take 20 wickets. As simple as it can get. I can't be saying that, the batters have let us down and all that stuff. I think everyone has the responsibility and everyone should take up that responsibility, from the coach to the entire support staff and the players.
Bumrah wasn't necessarily bowling a lot in training. Is he being managed or is he?
I think he's just done his preparations. I think we know that how the weather is in Mumbai, so obviously he needs to conserve his energy as well. So he's done his bowling, he's prepared really well, and he's fine. So I think that's about it. He's a senior player, so he knows that how much he needs to prepare before the test match.
Good morning. Has the mindset around defense changed over the course of the years from the time that you played to now? There seems to be players who are not as comfortable defending as much as they used to be. So what do you think that is now?
Completely come down to T20 cricket. That's about it. But to be a successful Test cricketer, you see people like Virat, you see all the great players who've done really well in Test cricket for a long period of time. They've always had good defense. The foundation of your batting in Test cricket has to be defense, and then you start taking up from there. And probably a lot to do with playing on flat wickets in T20 cricket. But again, I think we need to keep working on our defense. We need to keep working on our game. We need to keep tightening our game, because Test cricket is Test cricket. So yes, but you will see probably going forward in future, we'll have same issues with a lot of other teams as well. Because the more the T20 cricket is played, the lesser people will start defending.
Last game.
Gautam, continuing from just what you answered, do we see an entirely separate Test team who are only playing red ball cricket to meet the demands of various situations, back out for 2-3 days when Test event, or bat according to situation if there needs to be an attacking game?
See, at the moment it's difficult to answer this question, but going forward, obviously we will have to identify players who are solid red ball cricketers. Because ultimately, to get the results, you will have to work really hard for 3 or 4 days or 5 days, to be honest. So sometimes, as I just mentioned, that it's important to bat sessions as well. And if you can bat sessions, we know that we got the bowling attack to take 20 wickets. So at the moment, it's difficult to answer because it's a hypothetical question. But yes, identifying the right red ball batters is very, very important.
Just for a lot of cricketers right now on the side, I mean, defeat at home and always adding the pressure because everybody's talking about it. And being somebody who has got the ranks and seen how it is. How do you deal with the youngsters when they're maybe playing the second, or third, or fourth test and not getting and used to all these things? So, as a coach, Rohit said the other day that he wants to sit down and have a conversation. So, what is the way? I mean, just in this way.
See, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, that obviously it's hurting, and it's good that it's hurting, because it should hurt. Because every time you lose a game, be it at home or be it away from home, it should hurt, and that hurt will make us better. Sometimes people say that, oh, it should not hurt, but it should hurt when you're playing for your country. What's wrong in being in that position? And the more, especially for the youngsters, if it's hurting them, I'm sure they're going to push themselves to keep getting better, because that is exactly what we want them to be. pushing themselves every day to be a better cricketer and to do something special. Because if we have results like what we had in Kanpur, then might as well have results like this and take that hurt and keep moving forward.
Indian batters are always known to counter spinners in a better way or coverage, I would say. Are you surprised the way they try to tackle them, especially?
Look, I'm not surprised. Surprise is not the right word. I think it's just that, as I said, that Mitchell Santner bowled really well. But we need to keep getting better as well. We need to keep defending better. I think that is something which is important, and especially on a turning track, because if you've got confidence on your defense, a lot of things can be sorted. And that is something which we need to keep getting better, keep working on it. Because, again, I'll keep going back to the same answer that a lot has to do with limited over cricket and T20 cricket as well. And sometimes you're so used to muscling the ball that you end up forgetting the soft hands and all that stuff, which was probably used to happen 8 or 10 years back. So that is something, that is why I said that a complete cricketer is a cricketer who plays T20 format really successfully and also play Test cricket really successfully. He can adapt his game, and that is what growth is. Growth is not only going about hitting the ball in the stands, it's also about batting sessions on a turning track where you know that you will not be able to hit in the stands, but you'll be able to rotate better. For that, I think the foundation is very, very important.
This will be the last test before the major tour of Australia. Are you planning to give, use some of the players who have not got an outing in the
Absolutely not. I think we are not in that situation that we can think on those lines. It's a very important test match for us. World Test Championship is far away from right now at the moment. It's a test match which we are playing at home, and we want to go out there and try and give our best and try and get the results in our favor. And even if we would have been 2-0 up, we still wouldn't have thought that way, because Test cricket is something which people need to earn rather than just thinking of giving them the opportunity to be a Test cricketer. Test cap needs to be earned.
Finally, to come across as an angry man, very angry.
Me?
Very angry inside the dressing room after the 2 Test defeats and something like that.
Nice perception to have it. I don't think so. I think you realize when you are playing, it's a completely different thing to when you're coaching. You can only control certain things. You can't just walk into the middle. But yes, it's also important to give people freedom. And sometimes when things aren't going your way, it's always better to have your arm around the shoulder of a player. That is important. So that is something which is probably very important once you end up taking up this coaching job.
last one?
Gautam, there's been a lot of talk with you today about defense. Is there a skill that having come to this level, it's not that they don't have the difference, but like you said, T20s play a part in their mindsets and attitude change. Can you sort of make them unlearn this when you come to this format, especially when most of these guys are playing a couple of other white ball formats as well?
To a certain extent, yes, you can. To a certain extent, it has to come from the individual as well. That how much value does he end up giving it in defending the ball? That is something which is very important, and especially on a turning track. Because I've always believed that the best players and the most successful players in this format, or be it any format, have always had solid defense. So that is something which we keep talking about. And it is not the overnight thing that we're going to talk about it today and people will start getting better tomorrow. But it's a continuous process. We need to keep working on it. We need to keep telling people the importance of defense and all that stuff. So I feel that I think guys are really working hard on it, and you'll see the results in future as well. And that is something which is very, very important, especially in red ball cricket.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy Diwali.